Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In this week's episode, we will be talking about Lil Nas X's announcement, Hailey Bailey's controversy, and is Mark Jackson blackballed? We got a great episode. Cue the intro. Hello again. My name is IDK Revy, and you have stumbled upon my channel, I Don't Know Reviews. This is a new series on my channel called Dubious Shenanigans, where I talk about different news issues that have come into the news and made headlines in the last couple of days. So let's start with the ladies first. Hailey Bailey is a new and upcoming actress who stars on television shows Grownish, and she's also starred in the movie A Wrinkle in Time. Well, she has been casted to play Ariel in the new Little Mermaid movie. Now, I think that is a great choice for Disney. However, there are many detractors that do not feel that same way. Their argument is that Ariel is a white animated character and she should remain a white character when being brought to live action. Now, I would agree with those detractors because I do believe that you should stay as close to the source material as possible. However, because it is by Disney, a company that is worldwide, and they're trying to use a new marketing tool to present a new story to a newer generation, I think that's fine. Now, if the detractors had their way and kept Ariel white for the sake of source material, well, she wouldn't be white and in the same form that she's in, because a lot of the arguments with Ariel's character is that she's too skinny and she's a hoarder, and a lot of people don't like that element of her. So if she was going to remain as a white character, she would either be white and gay or she would be white and plus size, because that is what the modern audiences would like. They don't want her to just be a white girl who falls madly in love with a man, because that is not what appeals to the new age and the new audiences. So that is the Hailey Bailey, not Halle Berry. Big difference. Hailey Berry. I thought it was Halle Berry too. So next is Lil Nas X. If you're not aware who Lil Nas X is the creator of the song Old Town Road, which has been on the radio station and has been played by everybody and their mom, literally, all spring and summer long. Now, it is a great song that has really brought people together and really realized that music can cross all boundaries when it comes to getting people to get fired up for one cause. The controversy around Lil Nas X is that Lil Nas X came out as a gay man. And because he came out of the closet, a lot of people are upset that he came out, and a lot of people are not listening to his music anymore because they are mad because he is no longer straight. But we liked him because of his music. The thought process behind that is kind of strange. But Lil Nas X's story reminds me a little bit about Frank Ocean in 2012, where a lot of people really love Frank Ocean and really love Thinking About You. But the moment they found out that Frank Ocean was gay, for whatever reason, the song changed its whole meaning. Now people were questioning the lyrics, questioning him, questioning his worth, when the very thing that brought us to their music was the fact that they make good music, not what they do in their personal life. And yes, I made that point very clear, because there are people out there that still support R. Kelly, who is a known pedophile and a known rapist. But what is their argument? Well, I don't care about what he does in his personal life. He makes great music. People still support Chris Brown, and he has a history of abuse and violence. But people always say he makes good music. So what's the difference when they come out of the closet and they still make good music? I don't have to care about what they do in their sexual life or their personal life. They make good music. As long as they make good music, who cares? If you can support a pedophile and rapist, you can support a gay guy. Whatever. And finally, we're going to talk about Mark Jackson. Well, if you're not familiar with who Mark Jackson is, Mark Jackson was the former coach of the Golden State Warriors before they really took off and became the juggernaut champions that they were. So Mark Jackson coached the Splash Brothers in the days before they became world renowned and as popular as they are. So it was just Steph and Clay before Draymond, before Iggy, before KD and the rest of the team. And so Mark Jackson coached the guys, and they were really successful, but they couldn't get over the hump of beating San Antonio, who was the powerhouse. They couldn't beat Tim Duncan. And that was just because the teams were just a lot better. So they fired Mark Jackson, and then they hired Steve Kerr, who was a little more up and coming, who was a little more youthful and could relate a little bit better with the players. Now, is Mark Jackson being blackballed? Well, I think that saying blackballed is such a triggering word because it implies that this individual hasn't done anything or behaved in any way that would rub people the wrong way, that would in turn make them to be blackballed. Now, I know that you guys want me to elaborate more on that, and I'm going to talk about that hopefully this month or next month or in the future in my other series, Forbidden Controversies, where I'm going to just talk about different controversies and stuff. But I don't believe that Mark Jackson has been blackballed. Mark Jackson has a more hardcore, balls to the walls, defense, tough it out, grind it out, grit type style, which most NBA players nowadays don't have. They have more of a run and gun style with no defense. Everybody's just running, everybody's just gunning, and everybody's just making tons of money. And nothing wrong with that because that is the new age of the NBA. But a lot of these players go to college and they really aren't around a real stern coach like a Mark Jackson. I mean, they might go play for a Coach K or a John Calipari, but when push comes to shove, they're just going to leave because they're only there for 1 year. So they never learn how to grind it out with a coach over a substantial amount of time. Even with AAU, you're with one coach, then you got your high school coach, then you got your college coach, then you got your pro coach. So most players nowadays aren't used to having one coach for multiple years. And that's one of the reasons why Mark Jackson doesn't fit in the current NBA. And just that style that he has, that grit, doesn't really work. Most people want coaches that are unknown or have a little bit of NBA experience that really aren't going to challenge players and really aren't going to stop players from either running and gunning or even are going to stop players from behaving or doing whatever, because that's just not the current state of the NBA. So that's your news for this week, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back in the future to talk about more headlines that have made the news. Thank you for supporting my channel. Bye.